Today we will do hogging, ships hogging in Great Lakes. Now I already made one video regarding the primary reason of hogging is when you have more cargo in the forward part and in the aft part and less cargo in the center. So the ship hogs. That means your midship draft becomes less than the main draft. But there is another reason for hogging, and that is if you have difference in temperature between air temperature and seawater temperature. If you have a large difference between air temperature and seawater temperature, then again you get hogging. Now, why does this happen? Is because, let's say, your ship is loading in the night time in summer, where sea temperature is 20 degrees and air temperature is around, say, 25. Not much difference. And you sailed out with the midship draft, forward draft, aft draft, 8 meters, 8 meters, 8 meters. Now, when after few hours, when the ship sailed out in the night and it becomes afternoon, the air temperature rises, let's say 35. Sea temperature remains almost the same. So there is a large difference. So because of that, your main deck expands. Earlier, if it was 200 meters, it expands by 1 or 2 centimeters. So then you have a hogging condition like this. Your main deck expands and you have a hogging condition like this. Main deck expands. Okay. This becomes slightly more than 200 meters, let's say 200.05. So your midship draft reduces from 8 to let's say 7.98 and forward draft increases more than 8, 8.02. Aft draft also increases 8.02. So this is what happens. It happens in all ships, in all the ports, but it is noticed in Great Lakes because there is a draft check as soon as you enter the first lock after loading. So maximum allowed draft in Great Lakes is around 8 meters, sometimes 8.08. So if you are hogging like this and you enter the lock gate, they might put a fine on the vessel. So to reduce the hogging, the only thing we can do is once you enter the afternoon time, you can place some deck water on the main deck and cross decks. So main deck, put some deck water, 5 or 6 hoses, and on the cross decks. So what will happen is this deck, which was exposed to 35 degrees and the sea temperature is, let's say, 20. So this the deck water of 20 degrees will come on the main deck and this temperature of the main deck will reduce from, let's say, 35 to 30. So this will reduce your hogging and you might avoid the fine. So this is about hogging in Great Lakes. Now let's do one more topic, and that is BNWAS, Bridge Navigation Watchkeeping Alarm, BNWAS. Bridge Navigation Watchkeeping Alarm System. Now this started few years back, somewhere around 2015 or so, because there were a lot of incidents of grounding and collision. For example, in daytime, duty officer is alone on the bridge in deep sea and if something happens to it, maybe unconscious or sleeping, so the bridge is unmanned, and you can have either a grounding or collision. So this was started. This is like a dead man alarm. It sounds every 12 minutes, and if it is not acknowledged, the fire alarm starts ringing all over the ship, and someone comes to the bridge. So BNWAS normally has two modes. One is auto, and one is manual. Now, as per the new regulation, only the manual is permitted. You have to switch it on manually once you cast off the ship from the berth, and once the ship is again berthed in the next port, you can switch it off manually. The auto mode is not allowed. In auto mode, what happens is BNWAS gets activated as soon as the ship is put in autopilot, and as soon as you put the ship in hand steering, the BNWAS is disconnected. And another new regulation which has come is the BNWAS acknowledgement switch should be near the conning position. Conning position means forward part of the wheelhouse, not in the chart room. Chart room there should be no acknowledgement switch. Another type of BNWAS which has come has got motion sensors. So as long as someone is moving in the forward part of the bridge where you have motion sensors, the BNWAS starts getting reset automatically without pressing the acknowledgement switch. This is allowed as per SOLAS, but some flag states do not allow this motion sensors. So only you have to acknowledge the switch manually.